Welcome back to Homestead Heart. I'm outside getting ready to fill my seed trays with starting mix. Now, I'm about to share with you all a ton of crops that you could be starting right now in the very cold month of January. Let's go ahead and get to it. It feels so much better in here than it does outside. I am outside filling my trays. I think I showed you all the seed starting mix that Mr. H and I put together the other day, and that's what I'm using right here to fill my trays. Okay, so let's go ahead and talk about some crops that you could be starting right now in the month of January. This is the first week of January, so this is the perfect time to get those crops going. I forgot I have the mic on, so I don't have to talk so loud. Oh my goodness. I be trying to make sure y'all can hear me. During the month of January, what crops could you be starting right now? I can tell you what I'm about to be starting in this wonderful month of January. And the first thing is broccoli. There are so many different varieties of broccoli that you could be starting right now. But my favorite, of course, is going to be calabrese. I love that it's a sprouting broccoli. It always sends those side shoots out once you harvest the main head of the broccoli. And that allows you to continue to enjoy fresh broccoli on a regular basis until it's just too hot or too cold for the broccoli to continue to produce, right? So, and then of course, waltham. That's another of my favorites to grow as well. Waltham gives you those big, beautiful heads of broccoli. And also it grows a little bit later than the calabrese, but you talking about a delicious broccoli. Those are my absolute favorite varieties of broccoli to grow. And there's some other varieties, of course, as well, but just take your pick. Take your pick. The main thing is get some broccoli going. Now let's keep it going. Right in the same family of brassicas, we can start some cauliflower. That's right, cauliflower. And purple cauliflower is one that has eluded me for so long. I don't know why, but I cannot successfully grow purple cauliflower. And the purple of Sicily is one that I have been trying to grow for years and never have had any success. But that's okay. I think what I'm going to do is the way that I germinated the seeds for my rutabagas is the same way I'm going to germinate the seeds for that purple of Sicily cauliflower and see how well it does then. And then, of course, your regular heads of cauliflower, take your pick. There are some that are self-blanching, meaning that you do not have to wrap the leaves around the head once it starts to form to kind of blanch the cauliflower. There are some that just does that for you. Okay, so you have self-blanching cauliflower, and then you have so many other varieties as well. So cauliflower is another one that you can be starting in the month of January. Now, I know somebody's going to say, well, what zone are you in? I'm in zone 8B, but this will work for zone 8 and 9 as well. In fact, if you're in zone 9, you probably could have started yours the end of December, but it's still not too late. You can still get your cauliflower going right now. Now, right along those same lines, we're going to go to some root crops real quick, because I just started these seeds and I also planted some out in the garden in January. And that's going to be rutabaga and turnip. These are all root crops that you can start right now in January. Okay. Now, as far as let's see, that's not mashing that down far enough for me. I'm going to have to put some more soil in. That's okay. But anyway, I just recently started some more of the rutabaga. Why? We love rutabagas around here, especially me, and turnips. Mr. H thought that they were going to be bitter, and he thought he wasn't going to like them until one day I cooked some and I put them inside of another meal that we were eating. He never even noticed the difference. So if you want to see that video on how I germinate my rutabaga seeds and make them easy to plant, I'll leave that at the end of this video. Now, another crop that you could start that's also a root crop, and get those in the garden, is going to be your beetroot. Now, beets also, they love to be germinated in little clusters of about 2 or 3 beets, right? They love to be together. They love to grow together. And you can harvest them as a cluster, or you can harvest them one at a time. It's up to you, right? But you can definitely get yourself some beetroot started. Now, for the first time ever of eating beets, I have grown them for 3 years straight, and I never ate them. I would always just feed them to the chickens because I couldn't bring myself to eat the beets. But I'm telling you, we grew the Ruby Queen, the Detroit Dark Red, and the Golden Detroit Beet. And we made the decision that we both love the Ruby Queen and the Golden Detroit. But the Detroit Dark Red, And some years ago, I grew a bull's blood. And it was that beet alone that made me hate every other beet after. I know that's not fair, but that's what happened. Another crop that you can be planting right now, another seed, is going to be kale and lettuce. Now, I'm not a fan of kale, but I don't mind growing it because my chickens love kale. I don't eat kale. Mr. H doesn't eat kale, but our chickens, they absolutely love kale. So kale is another one that you can be starting right now. And then, of course, your lettuces and your spinach. Don't forget about the spinach. Don't worry. We're going to talk about this greenhouse, y'all, because it's in bad shape. But don't worry, we're going to talk about it. But it's doing what I needed to do for now. But this greenhouse, oh my goodness, do we have a video for y'all. Now, another crop that you can be starting right now is that green globe artichoke. And it is a perennial. But I'm telling you, you want to get those seeds started very early because it takes them so long to grow. And wherever you put the artichoke, make sure you grow it in a place where you don't mind it growing in a nice big size bush. You don't want it to compete with anything else, like the artichoke that we planted. I don't know if you remember, but they look so beautiful. And we planted them in the patch near the watermelon. And the watermelon vines just overran those poor little artichokes, and they could not survive it. So wherever you plant those green globe artichokes, make sure that they're not competing with any other plant. Make sure that they won't be shaded out by anything else because they're going to need their own space. Now let's talk about some herbs. There are so many herbs that you can start right now as well. Some you can direct sow, and some you can start in seed trays. Right now is a great time for things like wormwood. And also, parsley is another good one. If you're good at growing rosemary from seed, start now with those. I've never had success with growing rosemary from seed. So full disclosure, every rosemary bush that's here on the homestead, I bought it from the store because I've never had success. And I'm here to tell you, they're doing good. But I need some rosemary now. And if the seeds wasn't germinating, well, that's okay. I don't mind going buying what I need. I told y'all that already. I don't mind buying anything that I need to get what I need. So that's what I did. I bought 2 rosemary bushes and put them in the raised beds. And boy, did they take off. And they were huge, right? But if you could start the rosemary from seed and germinate it and grow it well, then hey, now is the time. But get your herbs in as well. Get your parsley going. But you can start a lot of herbs now. So just take your pick and get your herbs growing. Ooh, that giant of Italy parsley is one of my absolute favorites. It is a delicious Italian large leaf parsley, and it's so full of flavor. Another good crop that you could be starting from seed right now is still going to be in the root crop family, which is going to be onions. You can start your onion seeds right now in trays, okay? And have them ready to plant out if you're in my zone somewhere around March. So you can go ahead and get your onions started right now. And another member of that family that you can start today is also going to be your leeks, okay? Leeks, get them started early because I'm telling you, once you get them going, they're going to take off and they're going to start growing. And we love leeks. They're very good to cook with. In fact, I've been cooking with them and Mr. H didn't even know I was using them. So I'm telling you, if you love onions, you're going to love leeks. They're very delicious. In fact, I did a recipe called the Ultimate Green Bean Casserole where I used leeks, not onions. And they just really enhance the flavor of that ultimate green bean casserole. It's not the kind of casserole that you might be used to growing up with. Nope, it ain't nothing like that. If you want to see that video, I'll share that one with you somewhere as well, okay? But I'm telling you, it wasn't a green bean left in the pan with that green bean casserole enhanced with the beautiful flavors of some leeks. If you ain't growing leeks, you're missing out. Now, another in your root crop that you can be growing right now is going to be radishes. You can start your radishes right now, direct sow those, okay? And if you have a frost blanket, you can put a frost blanket over them, just like your other root crops. But rutabagas can take temperatures down to like 20 degrees. So they will be just fine, okay? So you can go ahead and get your radishes in as well, right along with parsnip. Parsnip is another one that you can be starting right now, direct sowing it in the garden, okay? So get those radishes and get those parsnips in the garden. Another crop that you can be getting in the ground right away is going to be Kohlrabi. And we do have some purple Vienna and white Vienna Kohlrabi seeds on our site as well. So if you're a person who loves Kohlrabi, now is the time to get those seeds going as well. Now, for those of you who like sweet peas or snow peas even, this is a great time to get those peas started. You can direct sow them, or you can plant them in cell trays and get them ready for transplanting within the next 2 weeks or so, right? So you can definitely start your peas or your snow peas. English peas is what I'm talking about, like sweet peas. You can definitely get those started right now. Direct sowing might be better, but you can also start them in cell trays and they will be just fine in the cell trays, okay? I love this little seed starting mat here. That's a catch-all for the excess soil, because then I don't have to worry about getting seed starting mix everywhere, and I sure don't have to worry about wasting it and losing my soil. This little thing here, I love it. I got it for like $6 from Amazon, and I just think it's the best thing for making this so super easy for me to start my seeds. Now, let's get to it. I got to grab a scoop of pot mix. So now, last but not least, my 3 favorites. Last but certainly not least, you all, is our 3 number ones here on the homestead. And that's number 1 is going to be your peppers, whether they are sweet peppers or hot peppers. Now is the time to get those peppers going. It is not too early to start pepper. This is January. Peppers take a long time to get going. And you want a good, strong plant when you are putting it out in the garden. No weak plants in the garden, right? So you want a good, strong plant when you're putting it out. And I'm telling you, you'll kick yourself if you wait till February, because it take them so long. You don't want to do that. You want to get them going right now, okay? Now, what's the next thing that's a must here on? And when I say sweet peppers, I'm talking about like your bell peppers, right? Cubanelles and all of that. Just different type of Cubanelle peppers. What else did we plant here? We plant so many different type of peppers. It just depends on what I'm in the mood for. But oh my goodness, one of my favorite bell peppers is the Sunbright. It's a beautiful yellow bell. And then of course, Big Red is another one because it's a big bell pepper. It gets really big. And once it gets that beautiful dark red, it's the sweetest bell pepper I think I've ever eaten. And so that's another one, right? It's a delicious bell pepper. And then you have your California Wonders, your Golden Cows, and or Golden California Wonder. You have all of those as well. And those are some beautiful bell peppers to grow. You don't have to really babysit them that much. They grow very, very easily here, especially in our area, Zone 8. Now, the hot peppers, oh my goodness, especially Mr. H's jalapenos, the ancho chilies, serranos, you name them, Tabasco, cayenne. We are growing them here on the homestead. So definitely get your peppers going. Now, the next one is Mr. H's favorite as well, and that's going to be his eggplant. Y'all get your eggplant seeds started. If you like real big eggplants, well, you might want to go with a traditional Black Beauty or a Florida Market. A Florida Market is very high producing and it's more disease resistant, pest resistant than the Black Beauty. At least that's been our experience here on the homestead. And we have Florida Market and Black Beauty now on our seed shop. And if you want something small, you might want to go with like a Rosa Bianca or a long purple. They get kind of long, but they are very slender. They're not big and bulky like your Black Beauty eggplants that get real big, right? So you would probably like either the smaller version or the larger version. But in any case, you want to grow some eggplant, okay? And last but not least in this video, we're going to talk tomatoes. Y'all get those tomatoes going too. It's January. I know. It's okay that it's January. especially if you have a growing rack inside of your home where you can put your trays under grow lights and on a heat mat. They will grow just fine. You will have to up pot them at some point, but just imagine uh, the starts you'll have to put out in your garden. They won't be no weak little starts. They'll be good, strong, healthy starts, and that is exactly what you want. Okay, so y'all, that's it. That's gonna do it for Mr. and Mrs. H's video on what you can start right now in the month of January. That was a big list. And I'm literally coming off the top of my head, but I'm sure there are so many more. And if I miss some, post them in the comment section below. All right. But as I come off the top of my head, I can tell you these things because these are the things that we start here on our homestead in the month of January. We used to start our tomatoes around the second week of February, but our climate is changing just a little bit. And so we realized that January is going to be the best time to get our tomatoes started and get them in the ground so that they'll have a good opportunity to grow before it gets too hot. Okay. And my last tip for this is to make sure you plant a little bit more than what you need. Just in case something happens to the ones you put in the ground, you can have a late frost. Pests could come in and take them out. It doesn't matter. Just make sure you plant a little extra so you can have some backup. All right. All right, y'all. That's going to do it for this video. Thank you so much for joining me as I get my trays ready for planting. Thank y'all for watching Homestead Heart. Y'all share this video. If you like it, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. And I want to say thank you to all of our subscribers, all of our existing subscribers who've been with us for a long time and or for any length of time. Thank y'all so much. And if you're new to the channel, welcome to Homestead Heart. We are glad that you are here. All right, you all. Thanks for watching Homestead Heart. Peace and blessings to each and every one of you. And I will see y'all in the next video. Yep, you know what time it is, don't you? Say it with me. Come on, say it with me. Say it. Everybody go and say it. Put it in the comment section. You know what I'm going to say. You know what I'm about to say. Grow your groceries.